Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, let's continue with the 2026 predictions. Let's go with Prince William, Prince of Wales, his 2026 predictions. 2026 predictions for Prince William. Prince William, 2026 predictions. Prince William, 2026 predictions. Prince William, 2026 predictions. Oh, interesting cut. Oh, polar bear rising to the top. There's some kind of travel, key. Oh, wow. If he's having any health problems, they'll be solved. Sun shines on all your star. Wow. Snake. The snake. Ooh, clouds. House. News. Child. Scythe. Things are gonna... Lily. Things for William this year are gonna be sudden. Really, really sudden. Like unexpected things that happen for William this year. I'm telling you right now, there is some kind of up level for William, and it'll be very sudden. The sun is shining on all his affairs. His guiding star will get him to his goal. And the polar bear, the bear is great fortune awaits you. Your efforts will bear fruit. It's the top of the food chain. You think humans are the top of the food chain? Only if they have a gun in their hand. You put a polar bear and a man in a room and let's see who wins. Or any bear for that matter. Any kind of health problems he has, or any kind of health problems with anybody in his home, he'll find that. He'll find the key to that. Might hear some news about one of the children. It almost looks like little Louie. His ship is coming in. But here's the thing, and I know it'd be so easy to read to this, say, oh, William's going to become king. Well, when he rises to the top with this ship and the sun, it's very distressing for him. There's a dark side and a bright side. And if you look, the sun is facing his future and the darkness is behind him. And any monarch, it's such a double-edged sword. Because for you to rise to the top of your game, that means you are dealing with some pretty heavy grief. It is a double-edged sword. I think he's going to... this snake here is a dark-haired woman, Queen of Clubs. I'm not making that up. A lot of people think I make it up. No, Queen of Clubs, that's a black card. That's a dark-haired woman. I think what's going... And I know Catherine can be a dark-haired woman, but Catherine would show up as the lady in this deck. This is actually Megan, and he is absolutely going to put an end to Megan. He's going to lock that door and throw away the key. And that'll come really suddenly as well. I don't mean in any way or form that he's going to put an end to her life. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying he's going to put an end to her shenanigans. Because here's the polar bear on top of the snake. And he's going to get his wish. Here's the star. And he's going to get his wish about what happens to Megan. He should actually look after his bones this year. Yeah, I would really look after his bones. You know, I know they just moved and they said that was their forever home. They may just move again. Key in house is always moving, like a key to open up a new door. I'm wondering if it just means like he inherits some properties, right? So he's now in charge of other properties like Balmoral, Sandringham, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that he moves there. But things in this year for William, things are going to come really fast. Like it's going to be sudden. And here's sudden news right here. And possibly news he wasn't expecting. This is just an example. I'm not going to say this is the way it's going. But let's say you do know somebody who has terminal cancer. And they're, you know, coping and whatever. And you just assume that eventually one day the cancer will end their life. And then you find out they're in a car accident. And that's what ended their life. So it's surprising news that, I mean, and it was sudden. Something like that. There's some kind of news like that that's coming for him. No, his ship is coming in, this one, with great distress, though. Great distress. Sudden new beginnings. Take that for what it's worth. Somehow he's going to be at a lot of peace this year. I think the troubles with Megan will be coming to an end. Got a couple of rainbows here, so I'm picking up like the 10 of Cups card. Big joy, happiness, especially with the good news here. Oh, actually we got 3 rainbows. Got 3 rainbows here. So pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, especially over his house. When you get the house card and really good cards around it, that means everybody in your home, the security of everybody in your home, especially with the key here. Things that he was said no to, he'll suddenly find that he's getting a yes. Let's find out. Let's go deeper. Okay, for William, 2026. Looks like these first 3 months are going to be, especially February here. Especially February is going to be just stressful. William, 2026, deep dive, please. Message of concern. Concern. Family room on top of the key. If we get a second house here, he may be moving. Courthouse. Imprisonment. He's not going to pray. Oh, we got 2 children here. Definitely change, beginnings. Definitely. Oh, bad health, concern, and privileged lady. Expectation, news in 3 months. Courtship. And mature woman. Unexpected income. I think that we are definitely going to see some kind of new beginning for William in the new year. I think we're going to start to hear in the new year, we're going to start to hear messages about Charles' health. I think we might even hear things, I don't know if it's like a co-regency, abdication, might be a co-regency because we have imprisonment here. So his hands are kind of tied with what he can and cannot do. I think he definitely has some change coming up. Dare I say in August, maybe that's when Catherine becomes queen. I'm going to say possibly inheritance in July. We got 3 months though. Things are going to really, something's going on in 3 months for him. And interesting, this mature woman and the scythe, I wonder then by this time next year, he doesn't have to deal with Megan or Camilla. And we did Camilla's reading, and it shows Camilla, once after Charles has passed, I think Camilla's going to go, I just really feel she might go somewhere warm and sunny where it's easier on her bones, like her osteoporosis, or she has an arthritis, and just to lay low. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens. All right, January, here's the concern. Here's the concern coming. January, February, the stress with the bad health. March is the sun is shining on him, but he has imprisonment. So are his hands tied somehow? Is this when he does get a co-regency? And but it's a co-regency. It's not, you know, full-blown kingship. So his hands are tied what he can and cannot do. April, brand new beginnings. Your star has gotten you to your goal. May, more concern. June is change with the Viper. So I think the by the first half of the year, I think we're going to see the end of Meghan Markle in the royal family, in titles and everything. That might have something to do with these legal papers here in July. And health. This could even be lab results. It also could be a will. August, here we have in the house and the privileged lady. I'm wondering if that's when we see the stability for Catherine. I don't want to say too much more about that. I have a funny feeling about that. August, September. September is going to be the quietest month for him. It's going to be gathering with family and with family that he wants to be around. October is more news, really good news. November, the beginning of, and interesting, this courtship. And I don't think it's courtship that he finds somebody else. I'm reading this card as he's gathering his court, right? So he's gathering who can he count on, who's his courtiers, who are the working royals that he is going to have, who is he going to embrace, is he going to ask Mike and Zara? Is he going to ask Lady Louise? Is he going to see if James is going to go into the military and thus become, you know, part of the court? I think that's when November, he's going to be looking and seeing who is around him. Who can he make his court with? And then in December, we have mature woman and the scythe. And I think like the only mature woman in his life really is Camilla. I think there might be, I'm not saying he's doing anything. Perhaps that's what part of it is, that Camilla's not part of his court, or, you know, she's moved off, or something happens there. Something definitely happens there. I'm going to do Catherine's next, and I want to have a look. I'm a little bit concerned about some kind of medical report. Let's just put it that way. That they prefer to keep quiet. But yeah, I think, you know, one thing interesting, he didn't get any coffins. So I guess we don't have to worry about him passing away. Not that we ever did. But this unexpected income would be like his bump up to the next level. I could also tell us that his duchy is doing very well. He has more peace of mind this year. I think after he gets these next first 3 months of the year, I think are going to be really difficult for the royal family. We'll continue to read and see what's going on. But I think his word of the year is going to be peace and calm. I think he's just about had enough. Interesting, his brother didn't show up here. Brother would have been the dog card. His dad and his wife, and I don't think the children are the children here per se. I think, or they could be, but I think it's just new beginnings for him. It could be. He could be concerned about we've got a girl and a boy, so perhaps the two youngest ones, maybe he's concerned if George goes off to school and they are in a different school, maybe he's a little bit concerned about the children. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. Off to do Catherine's now. Let's see what hers say. Bye for now.